So Cohen here, Cohen on content and all things digital, and I got Asif Khan. Asif Khan had a company called Vex Wi-Fi.
That's right. Yeah.
He founded it, he built it, he ran it, he sold it, and now he's rich. But you've got a new thing going on now that's very cool. You founded an association.
Right.
Around place-based, or there's a different term for it, location-based marketing.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of conversation about it. But first, explain what's location-based marketing.
Okay, so location-based marketing is consumers have apps or other forms of communication on their mobile devices and are broadcasting their location and enabling marketers to, narrowcast or reach them with offers and deals based on the place that they're in. So.
We, as you know, my networks are digital signage networks in doctors' offices. And we use the smartphone screens somewhat rudimentary, however that is.
Yeah.
After a commercial runs on our screen, it says text for this and text for that.
Right.
That's kind of location-based marketing, no?
It is, yeah, it's absolutely location-based marketing. But I would say that there's kind of a next step that's coming between integration of mobile device and digital screen. And so what that is things like Foursquare, which is the leading consumer check-in platform.
Right. That's where I can become the mayor of my local blog.
That's right. So in some of those situations, there's already integration with some of the providers that are here at this conference, where when you check in to a place that has a certain digital screen on it, the screen will welcome you personally because it has that integration.
Got it.
So yeah.
Last week, this whole thing about gee, Apple's tracking where you are, and then a phone downloads it to the computer and all that stuff. All GPS devices do that. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Apple is by no means special here. So Google's already come out and said we do the same thing. I mean, all these phones do this, right? RIM. It doesn't matter what the device is. They all track your location, and that's just part of the nature of the world that we're in. What's different with Apple, okay, is they all track it. What's different with Apple is they left a file on the actual physical device that stores your location history. So with everybody else, that's kept off site in the cloud somewhere else.
Okay.
And they actually kept the file on the device itself. So if somebody found that device and they knew what they were doing, which isn't the average consumer, they could actually go and find that file, open it up, and find out where you've been.
Okay.
So,
well, how does that, Apple notwithstanding on the device, off the device, the benefit to the marketer is and first of all, you had to opt in.
Yes, it's all opt-in.
You had to tell me it's okay.
It's all opt-in.
So you opted in and you said, okay, I'm going to Barney's Beanery.
Right.
And I said, oh great, I've got Coors on draft at Barney's Beanery, and I can tell you, hey, order 2 Coors. What does that do? What does that do for you? What does that do for me?
Yeah, so basically what's happening is all these businesses, all these merchants are starting to test these opt-in location solutions by providing incentives and offers to the consumer that are of value. So at the end of the day, it has to be valuable to that consumer and it has to be relevant to that consumer, otherwise the consumer is not going to do it.
Oh, we're back to relevance.
Right, we're back to relevance. So location-based marketing only works when there's an exchange of value. So the privacy issues that you're alluding to go away. I'll give you my information if you're giving me something of value and relevance in exchange.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Harking back to my day, this is almost like the difference we're talking about. Digital signage is gross advertising, and these place-based, or what is it called again?
Location-based.
Location-based is kind of like couponing. It's an exact, direct transaction that benefits me and it benefits you.
Right.
Can you do couponing on the phone like that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So my advertisers, we could set up couponing aspects.
You could.
You know what, after we're done with this, I got to talk to you about more stuff. By the way.
Maybe there's another startup here.
Oh, no,
I'm kidding.
Tell them how to find your association and get more information if they need.
So you can find us online at www.thelbma.com.
LBMA, that's Location-Based Media Association.com. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Phil.
Cool. Very cool stuff, huh? Yeah. Hey, all things digital. Let's see in a while. So Cohen here, Cohen on content and all things digital. Mike Welsh, AccuWeather. We started using, okay, wait a minute. I don't even have to tell you we started using it. I'm going to hit you with this. When we first started using an RSS feed, we were doing headlines, news headlines, sports, local weather, you know, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. The very first test results that came back showed a decline in our recall from the regular content and the commercials. So I was very hesitant to use AccuWeather system and to integrate you into our programming. We've integrated you. We're seeing blips of increased recall. Why? What's different? Explain that.
I think the real differentiator for what AccuWeather brings to the table is we ask for our customers to show our brand along with the content. So people recognize the AccuWeather brand as a trusted source of data. I think that it draws attention to the screen. I mean, that's proven. And we also take it a step farther. The simple cartoony clouds and sun you used to see on the local news, that's a thing in the past. We have a little bit of a sex appeal as far as the weather graphics are concerned. We make the data look good. It's not just interesting, it's attractive. It's nice to look at. It literally draws eyeballs to the screen. And I think that the attention-getting power of our data gets the look, the glance to the screen, and then they start ingesting the content because they're tuned in.
Okay. Well, you guys came to us with the idea, or I don't know, maybe my guys came up with it, of taking that weather information and then kind of like semi-branding it. Not a different brand than AccuWeather, but like dog walking weather for our pet, or allergy weather for our human medical screens. Well, I can see how that works. I mean, if you're on a golf course, you know, golf weather, or going to a ball game, baseball, whatever it is. Is there really a limit to that kind of branding? Am I using the right word when I say branding?
Well, we consider it a co-branding opportunity. So we take the weather information, and there's weather-based health data out there. Things like sinus pressure, migraine headaches, the UV index, the dog walking index, cold and flu season, pollen, things like that. We take the weather information and bring in increased relevancy with those things that actually affect people in real life.
Okay, so those all apply to my networks.
Right.
But how would you apply what you do to somebody else's network? I can't think of any.
Pick your favorite vertical market. If you're in a doctor's office.
Oh, you're back to mine again.
Well, you have a certain ailment. If you are.
Go to somebody else's.
If you're in a quick serve restaurant.
Okay.
You want to know maybe you're there for lunch. Maybe you want to find out what the weather's going to be this afternoon, or the kids can have soccer practice. How's that going to impact my day?
Can you co-brand that, or semi-brand, or whatever you call it, like you do with ours? What would you call it? Soccer weather for this afternoon?
The way we do it is we charge. We're not a free service. I mean, we serve a premium content feed along with our brand.
Wait, you mean I'm paying for this?
You're not going to. So that's the point. That's the beauty of it. The idea is we charge for the data, but we bring an advertising interest to the table in that if it's a high pollen day and we're showing the AccuWeather.com pollen index, that content, that relevant, interesting, is brought to you by the product. So for example,
let's go back to the quick service restaurant.
Right, or a convenience store. So you're pumping gas, you're in the elements, your allergies are bothering you, it's a high pollen day. The screen tells you that, and it tells you stop inside because this product is available and it can help.
All right, so the creativity rests really, the network says, AccuWeather's available, here's what it looks like, here's what I do with it, here's what it costs me. Now creatively, how can I make that fit my message, my mission? And if they can do that, there's value there.
There really
there's value
is.
Both the network and you guys.
Yep, and that's our point. We're not going to have a long-term relationship charging thousands of dollars a month for a data feed.
These kids are always worried about trying to get into a long-term relationship.
We bring an opportunity to help sell advertising on the network with our data.
Okay.
I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Like, what's your website? Tell them.
AccuWeather.com.
There it is.
Online and on your mobile phone.
AccuWeather.com. Chase him down. See if you can make some money with this guy. It's content. It's good stuff. Don't go in there. You'll see me later.
Thanks, Mike.